Hi guys, hey, welcome to a new video. It's your girl Bree here. As you can tell by the title, in this video I'm going to be talking about my success at getting my license. I am a registered nurse now. You know, like finally, the journey to getting my license was a journey nonetheless. But I'm so grateful for the journey, and it was hard at the time, but looking back at it now to talk about in this video, it's like I'm so grateful for it, yet I definitely don't want to go back to it because I am done with that chapter. That chapter to close. So before I get into all of that and my journey, please subscribe to the channel. You know what to do, you know where it's at. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, and comment down below if anybody out there is a brand new nurse or has been a nurse for a while and you remember your journey to getting your license and everything, and you can relate. So I am still a new nurse. I just got my license, you guys. I got my license on I took my test on July 27th 2020 this year, so it's just been like a month and some weeks probably by now, by the time you guys see this video. So yeah, so I'm just a brand new nurse, and I'm so excited to start my career and get going and, you know, be a nurse, you know. And so I guess I'll back up and start from the beginning. You know, I graduated, if you guys seen that video, I graduated in December of 2019. And then after graduation, I immediately, you know, started studying. I was like, yep, I'm not gonna wait too long on this. I'm gonna get my license, you know, we're gonna do this thing. So and that's always been like my mentality as a student. I've always studied and conquered the test, or whatever. I studied and conquered the test, you know. I studied and I thought I studied well, you know. I was fresh out of school. I was following this program, which at the time was RN Mastery. I think that's the one I tried at first. And so I studied with that, and then so I made my exam day in like mid-February, like February 17th, somewhere in there, like mid-February. That date comes around, you know. I'm feeling, at that point in time, I was feeling everything. I felt nervous. I was so anxious. You know, because I didn't know, you know, with the NCLEX, if anybody's not familiar with the NCLEX, for the board's test that a person has to take to become a registered nurse, they can ask you anything. They can ask you anything under the sun, any math, any dosage, math questions, anything about peds, baby, geriatrics, ortho, you know, everything. And, you know, med surg, they can ask you anything. And so, of course, you know, as a new graduate, as that's over, then it's overwhelming. But, you know, I thought I studied well. You know, I also had my ATI book with me. And so, you know, I did a study program, so, you know, I thought I was set. I took a test. I'm laughing now because it's crazy. I took the test. I got all 265 questions that time. My first time taking it. It was a lot of questions to do. Yeah, at the end of that, as soon as I was done with it, I kind of knew I didn't do so good, but I still kind of kept the faith, because a lot of people say you kind of feel like that because the questions, you know, get harder as we answer them. So it adapts to how we answer. You know, the more we get right, the kind of harder they get. The more we get wrong, the kind of easier they start to get, and then eventually like shut up, like you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, so I got all of them. And it's not necessarily a bad thing when you get all of them. It's not necessarily a good thing when you get all of them. I mean, at the end, I didn't pass the first time. That was super upsetting. I cried. Like, gosh. I cried, yeah, for sure. And I was just sad for Blaze. For sure. Because, like, kind of like deep down, maybe deep down I knew I didn't pass, but I still kind of try to keep that faith and try not to let myself think negatively. So it just came down hard on me, and especially at that time I was trying to vlog it at the same time. I was trying to vlog it for you guys at the same time. So more end of that story, it didn't work out the first time in mid-February. So then I took like about a week or so off just to kind of regroup, recuperate, you know, and, you know, to get a new study plan together and to get new goals together and to get my mindset back right, because I am that type of person, like, okay, I may have not did so well on the test, or I may have gotten knocked down or not gotten whatever, but if I'm able to, I will try again and I will try to do better. And, you know, thank goodness, you know, we're able to retake it up to 8 times within the year, I believe. So that being said, of course I didn't want to do it all 8 times, you know, that's crazy. Crazy. But some people had to do it, that's okay. For me, that's crazy. I do it. But anyway, so about end of February, beginning of March kind of rolled around. I got a new study plan. I was studying up, and at that time I did not plan to take it until the end of March. Yeah, I think end of March. Well, as you guys know, March is a key month because that is when COVID hit. That's when that's when the world said, all right, we're just gonna keep y'all locked up. And then, so with that, they canceled my exam date. They canceled my exam date, like they took it away from me. And then they sent out this message saying that due to COVID, they had to take away everybody's exam date, and then they'll open it back up in like a few days to a week, because they need to decrease the amount of people they can have in the room taking a test at the same time, which makes sense. But it just so sucked because, you know, getting an exam date, if you know any nurses out there, you want to get a date, like them dates they will be gone. They get taken so fast. Whatever day you're thinking, oh, it's taken. But unless you, like, especially you're trying to plan only like 45 days to a month, you know, a month, 45 days out, that's really short to pick a new date, because things are taken. If you're, you know, trying to pick a day like 2 months and beyond, you know, you're better, you know, that's much better. But for me, I was trying to take it a little bit sooner, you know, because I don't know, I was trying to take it a little sooner because not only I was just trying to prove to myself like I could do this, and like I just didn't like the feeling of letting myself down, like, and letting my family down, and, you know, now my husband, you know, because I always, you know, I like to have, not only do I like to have my own things and my own money, but I also like to help out and contribute. So when they took my test date away, I was really like anxious, because I'm like, I don't know when I'm gonna get a new date. You know, it could be weeks from now, you know, that's even longer than I'm waiting. And mind you, I graduated at the end of December 2019, and not that there's a time stamp on anything, but we as students, I mean, especially as like nursing students and trying to get our life, you know, we put a time stamp on ourselves, because this is the end of the chapter. This is the end be all. You know, we've gotten our degree. This is the test that determines if I can turn my degree into my career. You know, it's my license. I can't do nursing without my license. So, you know, it's easy. It's like you want to get there so desperately and anxiously, and that's what I was feeling. But I picked a new program to study with. First one I tried Hurst Review. It's so good. Hurst Review, so good. I loved studying with it for my core content. Any nurses out there, nursing students about to take their test, Hurst is really good on their core content, and I loved it. And I started doing their questions, which their questions were good too. it got me used to the NCLEX style a lot, which with my first program, I tried to study with the NCLEX Mastery. Those questions weren't not for me, at least. It just wasn't doing it for me. So Hurst was better. Now, at the same time, as I was trying to study with Hurst, this new program, you know, as you guys know, I got married in June. So, which is a highlight month too, because we didn't know if we were going to be able to have it. So in April, May, it was chaos trying to plan our wedding. Like, there's a lot going on, you know, with me emailing and calling vendors, like, well, are you still able to, like, if we have this many people, and then, okay, well, can we cut this down, and then are we going to get a refund here? If we don't get a refund, what are we going to do? Are we going to just postpone to next year? Do we want to postpone to next year? Because we were, at that point in time, we were already engaged for 2 years and 8 months, you know, so we were like, we were ready to wrap this engagement up, you guys, and just be married. And then family issues, because it was just getting tense around that time, and trying to plan everything. So imagine doing all that wedding planning, COVID time, and trying to study for your nursing license. Yeah, if I could talk to that Shabria now, I'd be like, girl, you crazy. But I did realize that it was crazy, and with me realizing that it was just too much. It was just too much trying to do this wedding thing and trying to focus on my license and knowing all that I can and understanding all that I can. So I didn't want to. It really hurt because I already felt like I was already behind with getting my license. But in the end, I made the decision to not take my next test until after the wedding. I didn't know when exactly after the wedding, but I knew obviously it'd be in July because our wedding was on June 27th. So that's even longer. So around April, May, I decided to wait until like July. That's a long time. And it killed me a little bit. And I kind of felt like, well, what's the point of like studying, you know, like should I just wait? But I kept it up, I kept studying, and I also picked up another program, Kaplan. So I used Kaplan for their questions, and because they also had 3 exams available to me that were just like the NCLEX adaptive, whereas if I got a question right, it got harder. If I got a question wrong, it kind of went down a little bit. It gave me an easier one, and I wanted that. I'm like, yes, give me those practice exams so I can do this for real at home and see where I'd be at. And they also had practice questions, and their practice questions weren't per category like peds, ortho, mom, baby. They were categorized by prioritizing. They were the physiology, and select all that applies. So you got everything under the sun, and that's what I really liked about Kaplan. And then so using Kaplan and Hurst together just clicked for me. I don't know, it just clicked for me. And then I advise anybody to try that combination if they're willing to, and if they have the finances to. I know these things are not cheap at all, but using those 2 programs together totally did work for me. And I'm looking over here because my husband's like sneaking over. Hey babe, you can come in. I'm just talking about how I got my license. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, come on, baby. Okay.
I know. What's up, Mrs. RN? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, I'm talking about getting my license.
Cool.
Yeah, you can look at me. Yes. But yeah.
It's hard work, dedication. You gotta really be in it to win it. You know, if you don't really want to be a nurse, or, you know, just be in that field, you're not gonna make it. It's tough. It was tough for my baby, and she's so smart.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep your eyes on the end game. Like, you have to just remind yourself, this is what you want, this is what you went to school for, and you're gonna finish it. So yeah. I agree. But yeah, so using those, anyway, like I said, those programs worked wonders for me. Oh, you gonna sneak out now?
I'm gonna sneak out.
All right. So yeah, and then so I took those, like I said, the 3 practice adaptive exams that Kaplan provided me. I took 2 of those. I took only 2 of those, and like I said, it adapts to like if I get right, harder, if I get wrong, easier. And then at the end, you get to review all your questions, and it will tell you overall if you would have passed or not. With these 3 colors, green, yellow, and red. Green meaning overall you would have passed, you did good. Yellow meaning you need some work, you're really close to passing, like you need some more studying in certain areas. And red is you're definitely not ready and you need to study more. And the 2 that I've taken were both green, and so I've taken those closer to my exam day. Like I said, I took on 27th, so about 2 weeks prior I took like one week and the other day of the week. I didn't want to take the 3rd one because I didn't want to push myself, because at that point I was studying, not studying crazy since I've been studying for so long, but I was just kind of keeping everything fresh in my mind. And then I was doing a lot of study questions with Kaplan, because their questions are really good, and then with these exams. So I didn't want to overdo it, especially since 2 told me that I overall would pass if this was the real thing. And so overall, in the end, as you can see, I am a nurse. And so the journey was definitely a journey. It was hard. it was definitely challenging, but I do appreciate it, and I am thankful that I went through it, because like I said, it'll make me a stronger nurse. Not only may I know more and remember just a little bit more, so fuzzy, but it would just make me just a well-rounded nurse, I feel, in the end, when I do step into my field. So like I said before, comment down below if anybody else has recently got their license, and what study tools did you use, because maybe there's some nursing students watching, and they can benefit from this video as well to prepare themselves. And like advice I would give a nursing student who is about to take their exam is to first be honest with yourself. Do you really know your content? Like, not just the surface. Like, do you understand like the analysis? Like, can you make connections in different situations? And also, I would say don't share your exam date. Not that you know, I'm trying to like get you guys like be private or whatever and not share your things, but it relieves some pressure, because there's a little bit of pressure, because of course you tell your exam date to your family, and maybe like 1 or 2 close, like best friends, but I would say don't tell the world, because people are going to be asking you up and down like, when are you taking it? Did you take it? Did you pass? And all this. And then like if you didn't pass, which is okay if you didn't the first time and even the second time, but at the end of the day, it's none of their business. And when you get your license, you have your license. Nobody's gonna wonder how many times you've taken it. They're just gonna wonder if you're a good nurse. So that's what I want to say, and I just wanted to share my journey. I just wanted to share my journey finally with you guys. So make sure you guys subscribe. Okay, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, and don't forget to comment down below. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Okay, girl, I'm sorry I'm crying. It's a good cry though, I promise you. Look.